What I'll be doing today is I'm going to review Cutefish OS, another Ubuntu-based Linux OS. Basically, Cutefish OS is free, and it's again, as what I've said, it's based on Ubuntu or Debian. Currently, it's still under development. The version that I have downloaded and installed on my virtual machine is uh, point 0.7 beta. Okay, so this is uh, 0.7 beta version. Um, so this is its login screen. As you can see, it's quite different from any other Linux and Ubuntu-based operating systems. Okay, let me just try to log in first, so that at least you'll be able to see. In my own opinion, Cutfish OS is very aesthetically, it's very beautiful. Okay, that's I don't normally review operating systems that are not aesthetically beautiful. So far, I've only reviewed three, but I've considered those as quite beautiful aesthetically, or when it comes to looks, it's quite beautiful. Okay, so this is it's after logging in, I will be redirected to this welcome screen. So we have here quit or next. Okay, let's try to click next. Okay, so we will also be asked. This is actually the first time I logged in into my Cutefish OS. The installation would still be very much the same as other Ubuntu-based operating system, but once you try to log in for the first time, these are some of the things that you still need to configure. Okay, so you will also be asked if you wanted it to your light or dark style. So in my case, I'm going to select for the meantime light, then I'm going to click next. Then it will be loaded. Okay, let's start now. So this is actually Cutefish OS. So again, if I were to right click on my desktop, okay, right click in properties. So we have our desktop, okay. Show hidden file, show terminal, change background. Okay, let's try to look for its settings. We have here settings. The very first thing that I would normally know do if you're following my blog is that to change its screen resolution. So what I'll be doing this time is I'm going to change its screen resolution to 1440 by 4 by 900. So it's still not yet fitting on my on my virtual box. It's occupying the whole space. So what I'll be doing is I'm going to select display here. Then we have here the resolution. Let's try to change the resolution from 800 by 600. So that's the default resolution to 1440 by 900. This one. So okay. Then let's just try to close. Okay, so we are now at 1440 by 900. Okay. Now notice by the way that again, Cutefish OS is a very much similar to Mac OS when it comes to its looks. Okay. Uh, I'm also going to put the download link in the description box below so that at least you can try it out if you want. Um, Currently, the Cutefish OS uses Calamaris installer. Okay. So it definitely looks like Mac OS. So what are some although personally I haven't used Mac OS, um, one of the things that I've noticed with Mac OS or some of the friends that have on some of the laptops of my friends that have been using Mac OS is that the the top bar it has a top bar. Okay, unlike if you're using Windows, which the which contains the start menu at the bottom. So your Mac OS normally contains the top bar. Okay, and then you also have here the bottom dock. We have here at the bottom the dock, bottom dock, and a stock wallpaper. Okay, so let's try to change the wallpaper first. Okay, so I'm going to right click again on the desktop. Then we have here properties. Where we have here change background. Okay, so these are all the uh, pre-installed wallpaper found on our Cutefish OS. So let's say this is the default wallpaper. Okay, let's try to select, try to look for something. Let's try to select this one, the fish, because first this is the fish, and let's try to select the fish. Um, then let's go to appearance. Okay, so we already changed the background. Let's go to appearance. Okay, if we were to select dark, okay, so it becomes dark. Then we can also dim the wallpaper in the dark theme. Okay, as you've noticed, if we were to move my window, it becomes dim. Okay, I can also change the font. Okay, general font, it's not specified. Fixed font, we have Deja Vu Sans Mono. Uh, by default, the font size is small, but you can change it to medium, large, or huge. So in my case, I'm just going to leave it as is, which is small. Then we have your background, of course. We're done with that. Then we have here dock. Okay, let's try to select dock this time. Now, for the dock, you can change the location. Currently, it's by default, it's at the bottom. So if you wanted it to be placed on the left-hand side of your window, you can select left. Okay, it's like what we have here, or maybe right. It's like what we have here. Um, you can also change the size. So medium, currently it's set in medium. So let's try to select it make it small. Okay, try to put it back at the bottom. You can also change the display mode. Always show, always hide, or smart hide. Um, always hide. I think this one we just it's basically just if you wanted to hide the dock. Or smart hide, if you're going to hold point your pointer here, somewhere here at the bottom, it will just display. Or then once you try to remove it, it will be hidden again. Okay. So you can also change the user, or you can add the user if you want. Mouse. You can change the mouse, date and time, language, power, and about. Okay. Now, okay, decide to close this settings window this time. We have here launcher. Now, launcher actually contains all of the pre-installed applications on our operating system. Now, one of the things that I've noticed with this one, very much, which is also quite similar to elementary OS, is that it doesn't come with any other application such as Office. Okay. It doesn't have Office. So if let's say for example you're just a typical ordinary day-to-day Linux uh, user who isn't that much tech savvy or doesn't normally use as often the terminal that often, maybe you'll be having a hard time or doesn't know how to install applications via the terminal, so you need somebody else to install it for you first because a lot of the applications isn't prepackaged with Cutefish OS, so that's one of its downside. Very much similar also to elementary OS. But of course, there's an upside to it. You can also select what type of office you wanted to use. So, I think by default, some of the uh, Linux distribution comes with a LibreOffice as it's pre-packaged with LibreOffice. Okay, so this one we can select what office we wanted to install. Okay, so what if let's say for example we wanted to install LibreOffice. Let's try to look for it because this is the first time also that I'll be installing LibreOffice. So we'll just try to look for package installer. Okay, so can do that there. Um, archive manager, file manager, text editor, image viewer. Okay, let's try to select this time. Okay, let's try to look. Okay. Also, one of the things that I've noticed with the Cutefish OS is that its browser isn't Firefox. It comes with Chrome, Google Chrome as its default browser. It's not Firefox, which is actually quite okay. But again, one of the things that I've noticed with Firefox with Chrome over Firefox is that Chrome tends to be a memory hog, so it tends to consume a lot of memory. Unlike if you're using Firefox or Opera. Okay, so it's the UI, by the way, is very much like the GNOME version. Okay, currently also there's no workspace, so if you wanted to shift workspace, there's no workspace available. Okay, we also have here our Wi-Fi. Click here also for date and time, 7:44 p.m. Mhm. Okay, let's try to do other things before we install. File manager. Okay, so these are the different, these are actually its file icons. Okay. Uh, Now, based on one of the articles that I have read, actually, LibreOffice doesn't come with the LibreOffice doesn't look good with the Cutefish desktop. Okay, so and currently, uh, Cutefish desktop isn't is not as stable compared to other Linux distributions such as maybe Budgie or Elementary OS. Performance wise, uh, it's actually okay. So we have here it uses the SDD display manager uh, and can consume up to 950 MB of RAM or memory. CPU usage could be around 1 to 2% at idle state. So if you're not doing anything, that's the CPU usage. But it depends upon your workload. It depends upon your type of work when it comes to CPU usage. Uh, Again, I haven't used this one or I haven't installed this Cutefish OS in my laptop. So, of course, I'll be feeling a slight lag when it comes to being responsive on my virtual box. Okay, so that's one of the main issues I have with my virtual box. If I'm running Linux with my virtual box, it has a tendency to be uh, sluggish, or it has a tendency to lag. Uh, Now, um, just to end this particular review, uh, would I recommend Ubuntu? Would I recommend Cutefish OS for daily grind or daily driver? Currently, I won't recommend it, but if you're actually a little bit adventurous, I suggest you would try it out. Um, there's still a lot of things that needed to be done with Cutefish OS. I think they're also currently doing a lot of uh, things with Cutefish OS to improve its usability as well as its user experience. Um, but I do hope that someday they will be able to package Cutefish OS with KDE or GNOME, because for me I think Cutefish OS has a great has a potential to be a very good operating system, especially for those that are looking for uh, Mac alternative. Okay, open source Mac alternative. I would suggest that you try or they try Cutefish OS. So if you find this particular review useful, feel free to subscribe, and don't hesitate to click the bell notification buttons, because I'll be uploading videos so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. So thank you very much, guys.